How else are we going to structure the app? How else do we get people through it? One idea is to have it in 7 different sections, tracking the 7 different spheres that we try to help people with in their life, and start off with a sort of longer video that spells out why that sphere is important, the 7 levels, what they need to do, and then make it simple so they put check marks for the things that are most important to them, and they can select an option. And maybe even ask them to write their vision for each sphere in 6 to 10 words, something simple. So we give them a little space, and also just make them, give them an option of 5 different ways of saying their vision. But if we can personalize it and yet make it easy for them to do it, I think that's going to be very effective. The Selfie Speak audio portion needs to have some slickly produced segments to introduce each section. Something like, you are a lifelong learner. That's really nice and attention grabbing, nice sound effects, and then just goes into regular, sort of straightforward voiceover. We don't want to give people too many choices. That's, unless they specifically ask for it and they're in some advanced program or something, but we need a simple elegance to this whole design. Otherwise, it's going to get overcomplicated. We've got to somehow integrate the courses we have with the Selfie Speak programming software, because it's really 2 different things. Ultimately, I think the software and the app is what is going to be the big change, the dramatic thing, not the course, although I think the course is going to be a great way to bring people in and establish the whole concept for people. Selfie Speak programming is a 3-part deal. It's a 3-legged stool. In order to be effective, you need the audio and the video and the text. That's what McDonald's does, that's what Coca-Cola does, that's what will work. We're going to walk people through all 7 levels for every sphere, help people figure out what the most important anchor habits are for them, and create that for them. It's got to be a great video that they're excited about watching every day, because if you don't love watching the video, you're going to find a way to not watch it after about the 3rd day. So it's got to be put in there in a way that's captivating and done well. And certainly for the people willing to make their own video, if they can hold up their cell phone and record themselves, that's going to make it so much more effective. Important for people to realize this is not subliminal advertising. This is like any other advertising that has been tested and shown to be effective. That's what this is about. There's no bullshit in this as far as quantum mechanics and energy and chakras. This is all going to be stuff that is accepted as truth, fact-based, evidence-based, that any hard-nosed CEO of any corporation would accept and want to invest money in if promoting their own corporation. So again, the big innovation here is just using the very same technology that corporations already know works to influence behavior, but allowing an individual to essentially have the power of a big ad agency where the client is themselves, and the goal is not more money or to sell a product, but to have the life they want. That's what's different about this. And we somehow have to make that come alive to people and realize it's the power of the repetition. That's the big flaw with every other personal development program I see, with books, with courses, workshops, retreats, is it's nice, but it's a temporary thing. The people who really have impact on changing lives want the repetition every day forever. That's really what's different. The focus of the Selfie Speak programming is not just the big picture goals. It's not just the fancy visioning. You're going to have the perfect spouse and the perfect dream mansion. It's the really, really practical, nitty-gritty, details of you are going to floss if you're not yet flossing your teeth regularly, you're going to tell yourself every single day when and how you're going to floss your teeth. It might only take 3 seconds, but that reminder will help you. We'll certainly have preset habits and goals that we think work for anyone, and that will be the initial thing. But after that, it's got to be personalized. It's got to be built out for people. We need a structure so that people can actually say out loud their goals, their habits, all 7 spheres, all 7 levels for each sphere. And to be able to do it so that it doesn't become some day-long production project. It's something they can do one version in 5 minutes or less, and then perhaps the longest possible version, a half an hour. It shouldn't really take that long. But people have got to be able to talk right to their phone. They shouldn't have to go get a microphone or get a studio or a fancy backdrop. It's got to be simple. And there's got to be another button that allows them to capture their video. Ideally, it's right within our app. If we have to tell them to go to their photo app on their phone and then upload it, we could do that short term. Long term, we want them to be able to do everything right inside their app. They need to be able to stay in their app for the entire thing. And we've got to give people guidance because there's an infinite number of goals you can have in life. So perhaps we limit them to 5 specific goals and try to direct them to the habits around that. That'll make it easier for them. Simplicity, it's got to be easy. We just can't expect people to spend hours on this. I've used the app Mind Movies, which is geared towards the law of attraction crowd. It's all about visioning. And the problem with that is it took me like 5 hours to do it, and I'm highly motivated, but most people are not going to spend 5 hours creating a video or audio to structure their life. The app has got to be simple, easy, quick, very, very user-friendly, and provide enough value so that people are willing to pay monthly fees. I do think if we're going to really build this out, make it scalable, make it truly have an impact on the world, it's got to have enough value so that people value this as much as they do a Netflix account or anything else that they're paying a monthly subscription fee to. And I think initially, certainly, we have to really narrow our focus. Just sell one thing. Let's not overcomplicate it. Let's sell one thing and get them going. And maybe only record their audio, maybe not even ask them to record anything, to just put up a picture and get this thing going. This is the ultimate software program to run your life. That's what this is about. And I said it before, but it's just like what Microsoft did to organize computers. We want to organize your life and your brain. But instead of Microsoft deciding every little thing of how it works, you get to decide how it's actually structured. So you get to essentially be Bill Gates for your own brain. That's part of the positioning. So I've mentioned it's got to be simple. I'm repeating myself, but as you can already tell from all of these videos, it's easy to get complicated. It's easy to go off in a million different ways, and we have to keep this thing simple, as short as possible, although the audio version, the Selfie Speak program, I don't really think has to be that short because you can do 10 other things while it's happening. So we've got to have good music. We've got to make it easy. People should not have to become editors to do this. We should have a system that does it for them already. And we've got to have great quality audio, great quality voiceovers so that people like listening to this and can really get into a habit. There has to be a logical procession for everything they do to make this thing really effective and to stand out. That's what's going to make this work. We got to have a team to do it. I can't do this all by myself. That's one reason why I have these videos out here. I'm looking actively to find people who think this is a good idea and want to work with me. I'm not seeking any financial capital investment at the moment. Might in the future, but that's not what this is. I am looking for people who want to be a part of this because I do think this is truly groundbreaking. One other thing we need are tutorial videos that walk people through how to do all this, but also to do it in a way so that people who are in a hurry can still figure it out without having to watch a tutorial video.